Hello, my dear Ripple traders, hodlers, and everyone else who is interested from the crypto world. In this educational video, I'm going to show you how to analyze the Ripple chart, in this case XRP, in the macro picture, in the big picture, completely by yourself. Okay, so completely by yourself, how to look at it without having to rely on anybody else, because this is crucial in your abilities to make informed decisions. Before we get started, I would ask you to please give it a thumbs up if you get some value here. Make sure to comment it, make sure to follow me, because not just other traders will then see this amazing and very good information, but also obviously it helps me to rank higher. And yeah, so it's a win-win situation. So let's get into it, guys. As you can see, we have the weekly open here, and always when we start off looking at the chart, we always want to ask ourselves, is this a core bullish or core bearish trend? Okay, and when we look at this right now, we can clearly see the huge FOMO breakout, obviously, and what we do here is that we go to the Fibonacci retracement, okay, and we put it there at the end before the run-up. So we put it in here and we just measure, are we still in a core bullish trend? In order to determine that, we will always look at the 61.8% retracement. Okay, so this is the golden pocket, the most important, which decides if we are in a core trend. And we can definitely see, okay, we have retraced underneath 1.4, okay, $1.4. So we are not in a core bullish trend anymore. So then we make exactly the reverse, okay? We go to the top here, and we basically measure up to the bottom that we had currently reached. So, and we look at here, have we, for example, in this case now, have we retraced above that? So where is the 61.8%? As we can see, it's coming around 2.13 to 2.2 psychological. So clearly, okay, clearly we are still in a bearish trend here. We would have to retrace above this range in order to make this a bullish trend again on the big picture. So very, very clear. So now that we have understood that, what comes into your eye? Like what is important in this chart? Let's have a look. We can clearly see, okay, before this breakout happens, we have a beautiful equilibrium consolidation box here. Okay, so let's take our rectangle here and let's put this in the chart. So we have this beautiful, and I'm just gonna make this further because like up until now, so you will see the importance of it. So we have this rectangle here, okay, before we break out. This is the range, as we can see, of psychological 15 with the wicks to up to 30, okay? This is the range before we broke out here. And if we look at the chart in general, we can see, okay, we are hugely descending, yeah? So we are hugely descending. We can put the other important lows into the chart on the weekly. So we have another low here, as we can see, and we have another one also coming in here. So, but we can see already it's very, very near to the bottom box of support and resistance of the S&R box here. So if we then, for example, look at the tops, let's have a look at the biggest top here, obviously. So up until the next lower high on the chart, have a look at this range, okay? So huge descending range here up until the next lower high. This is basically where we completely give everything back. The next one comes in here perfectly at the 1 psychological, and also we have a few other ones here. So as we can see, 60 seems very, very important as we make 2 lower highs here basically on the weekly, and the current one is with the wick at 0.466 here, and this is the last one, okay? So basically this is how the important lows and highs on the weekly look like. So very nice picture. We can definitely see how the highs completely collapse here, okay? So we see this huge descending pattern here. So now let me take this away. Yeah, there we go. So let's get rid of this and let's have a look here for example, we can go in here, so we can clearly see, okay, there's a huge breakout, blue sky breakout, and we can see, okay, linear trend lines would hardly work here. But let's have a look, like, can we put at least anything in here, like regarding a trend line? Okay, we can see if we put in this non-linear logarithmic trend line, we will be able to at least, you know, touch upon the lower highs here, a little bit at least. And so this is what we have currently, and let's get rid of the box here. And at least we can see, okay, so this is a non-linear correction, okay? This is not linear. So we could put a trend line here, it wouldn't work. It's non-linear. And what else can we see? We can perfectly see, okay, at the end, even if we wanted to, we could go in here and we could even put a normal trend line in here. So we are definitely descending here. We can see this. Also at the bottom, we can see, as we have seen previously, we have touched upon this box. So always touching upon here one time, second time, third time, and now look at this on the weekly, basically like complete dojis almost, touching up on this area. We can put this trend line in here and have a look if we can get them, and voila, it's beautiful. We can perfectly touch up on those lows, okay? So we have this beautiful picture now where we can see, okay, so we are completely descending since the tops, and coming to the bottom, it's even building a triangle. So it is a nice descending triangle, a little bit tilted to the upside, so a little bit even to the upside tilted, but perfect here. What do we have as the ranges? So as we had seen previously in our box, we had this nice 15 to 30 range. Right now, and let's make this bigger, we have definitely, as we can see, we have always the 30 psychological here. So should we break the 30 psychological to the downside, we can see that we would have at least the potential of reaching 25 psychological. So that would be at least what we would be reaching in that case. But as we have seen, so it's been a huge important support here. And should we fall down lower, we would have the potential to reach the support in the previous SNR zone. So in that case, we, for example, could even go to 15. Okay, so that will make a clear above 30%. As we can see, 15 is even lower here. More than 40% profits on the bearish side. Okay, so this is the bearish case, which is more likely in a descending triangle here, in a descending pattern. In order to break bullish, as we can see, we would have to definitely, first of all, like we have this huge wick, but we would have to break this lower high with the wick here, as we had previously seen, at 0.466. And even after we have taken this out, in order to be really sure, we would have to break above this 60 psychological, where we have two lower highs, as I had previously shown to you. So in that case, we would have, like on the weekly at least, the reversal happening by breaking the lower highs. And then obviously we would, for example, break here, build another higher lows, and then we would have the potential to reverse the trend here. Also, obviously, we could say, okay, I'm going to bottom fish here. So that's another potential here. Obviously, we can say, okay, I see this huge SNR zone here, and I'm going to try my luck. If the 25 psychological doesn't hold, then I'm going to let myself stop out. Okay, this is another potential. But as I have just said, the potential is much more on the bearish side here. Like if we break, it's very, very dangerous. So if you're a hodler, you would have to be really, really careful, not take too much risk if you wanted to play this bottom, and definitely let yourself stop out here. Okay, so this is the usual way, guys. Okay, how you would have to analyze this, and this is exactly what I'm showing you in my course. Okay, so I'm giving you the knowledge and the ability to be able to look at the chart like this, know where to start, how to start. For example, understand like not just the patterns, but especially, and I mean, I have just released the, the curriculum of the course. It's amazing value, okay? Where I especially also go into how to put your stops and your triggers. So how do you calculate your risk? And as you can see, this is crucial knowledge. So I hope you had some value, and if you're interested, feel free to message me and I will tell you more about it. I wish you a beautiful Sunday and see you in the next video. Adios, amigos.